sit for 30 minutes or less tomorrow than today. Doesn't matter what you do. Anything you do other than sitting is good. So it's accumulating activity, both planned and lifestyle.
When people, I just want to circle back to muscle. Muscle really hasn't been a focal point up until, I would argue, when I say recently, maybe the last 20 years and really in the last 7, and I'm picking an arbitrary number where it's beginning to hit a stride. Where do you think muscle mass plays in the role of not weight loss? Because I do want to talk about weight loss and what from your data you feel would be an effective diet for weight loss, which we talked about briefly, that it's really any diet, but I think there is so much confusion about what that means. And we also have to think long term that if we lose weight rapidly, which again is not bad, but if one is more mature and the balance of weight loss is 50% lean mass and 50% fat, then with the recidivism rate, you get into this cycle of sarcopenic obesity, which is very concerning.
Absolutely.
When you think about muscle, how do you think about resistance training and then that kind of dietary piece for weight maintenance?
Well, again, I think you're talking about protein and exercise, the combo that's going to work. And one of the things we know about muscle, it's probably the best predictor of your longevity is your muscle. So it's critically important to do muscle. And it's only recently, I think the GLP-1 meds have focused on this, is we would measure fat and fat-free. Now, fat-free is a lot of stuff other than muscle. And now there's really an effort, and there are some techniques you can use to actually measure muscle mass.
Like D3 creatine?
Exactly. MRI you can do that with. And so I think we're going to see much more about muscle. Quite simply, if you have more muscle, you're going to have a higher energy expenditure. You're going to be able to do more exercise and move around. I think it's one of the things we should focus on. And particularly people like me, old people, we don't need to lose muscle.
You look great for 25. I don't know what you're talking about.
We cannot afford to lose muscle mass. And that's one of the problems with weight loss in older people, as some data suggesting that you lose it, but when you regain it, you might regain more fat and not as much muscle as you had. And having less muscle is not a good thing.
I was reading some of Bill Evans' work, and is he a friend of yours?
Yeah, oh yeah.